Hello. Oh, welcome to Cozy Couch Corner for another episode of Tea and Tarot. Cheers. Oh, I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know how hot it is. A bit wet dog again, but anyway. It's okay temperature. It's not too bad because I set my alarm for brewing it and then somehow managed to mess it up and realised sometime later there was still a pot of tea with tea bags sat in that I hadn't poured out or rescued the tea bag out of. But it's not too bad. It hasn't turned into creosote, so that's good. It's still drinkable, although I don't know what the caffeine content is like now. I needed a hot cup of tea. It's not warm. Again, it's dark skies. It's a bit brighter here, but every time I look in any distance, it's dark, moody, foreboding skies. Everything else is, things are starting to flower, things are greening up, or the trees are greening up and the shrubs, some things are flowering. The sheep were headbutting each other again last night. There's at least 3 of them that are angry with each other. And they don't just go head to head. There's one of them is always go for the behind, from the side usually. So I don't know. And there's plenty of grass, so I don't know what they're fighting about really. And then I thought, I wonder if they're related. You know what families are like sometimes? Blooming heck. Apart from that, there's not a lot to report, so I'll get on with tarot. Other than, I did manage to make a cup of tea, despite the fact there's obviously a burst water pipe somewhere, and I had a trickle of water. Only got water downstairs, none in the bathroom upstairs. And I had to stand there for ages filling my kettle this morning and then just boil it a bit more just in case. But at least I have water. It come back on a little bit stronger just now. I'm waiting for it all to come back properly. They always say it'll be on in the afternoon. And then when it isn't, they'll go, oh, it'll be on tomorrow. And then come to tomorrow and they go, oh, it'll be tomorrow afternoon. But at least I got water. I appreciate water when it goes out or when it's really low pressure. I appreciate that I had water in the first place. What good news do you have for us for Wednesday, the 25th of March, 2026, please? Oh, was it that card? It flipped out and then it flipped back again, but I knew I saw it. We're having this card. The Empress. I held it up before I looked at it. I'm pretty sure it's the Empress. We're having another card. Right. Off the top. No. Off the sticky out bit. Off the bottom. Right. The Star. Do I need any more? Do I need another card? No. Okay. Start with the Empress. Blooming. What do we need to do to bloom? We need to look after ourselves, don't we? We need to nurture ourselves, love ourselves, look after ourselves, feed ourselves properly, best we can, hydrate ourselves, gentle exercise, at least dance, if nothing else, dance, sing, find joy, do what makes your heart happy. But this is my self-care card. And sometimes life can get stressful or things can take our focus, like, if we have anxiety and we're just looping thoughts all the time. So it's stopping and going, am I looking after myself properly? Am I taking the time to care for myself? Am I resting enough? Am I getting enough sleep? At least are you getting quality sleep best you can, depending on your situation, isn't it? So yeah, big self-care one. Big self-care. Yeah, big self-care. Some people aren't looking after themselves properly. Some people have let it slide. And sometimes I forgot, if you're looking for someone else, especially if you're a carer, if you're looking after, got a load of kids, you're looking after someone who's sick, someone with mental health problems, someone who's elderly and infirm, someone with dementia, you can get into, and you do with kids, and you put them first, but that doesn't mean that you just completely ignore yourself. You have to build in self-care somewhere along the line. You have to look after yourself mentally, apart from anything else. There's people looking after people with mental health problems or people with dementia can end up with PTSD because they're just having to deal with that situation day after day after day. A lot of people that are carers need more support. I think parents need more support, frankly. I mean, one child is a full-time job for one person, I reckon, at least. So if you've got more than one kid and there's only one of you, then yeah, defo. Yeah, big self-care, building. If you haven't got a plan for rest, if you're not making yourself proper meals, I know I get into the habit and I'm not looking after anybody except myself. And it can slip and I can get into not feeding myself properly, not eating properly. I've realised that in past years, the reason I've been so flipping cold all the time is not the temperature, it's because I needed to feed my body and I wasn't feeding it. I wasn't feeding it enough anyway. So I was told to come off that card ages ago and I'm still going. So I'll get on to the star now. The star. Yeah, it's hanging on to hopes and dreams. The star is hope. But I'm also getting sort of like cuddly, comforting, grounding. Don't give up on your dreams. Keep going. Keep trying. And if you get in down, look for the glimmers again. Look for the glimmers of hope. Look for the good things that are happening. You can, if you're not careful, end up watching the news or looking in your social media feed and seeing all the negative stuff, and it's not balanced. So you've got to find the good things that are happening to balance it up. Find glimmers are just little tiny bits of something that was joyful. What did someone put a video out of dogs? They'd been stolen. These dogs had been stolen in China and they were taken to a meat market and they escaped and they walked 10 miles home by themselves. And one of them was injured. The big German Shepherd was injured and they looked after him and they all surrounded him and they all walked home together. And there's little tiny dogs, and there was a corgi and there was bigger dogs and there's just this pack of them and they all went home together. And I think that's brilliant. So it's looking for the little happiness, it's looking for the silver lining, looking for what brings you joy, doing what brings you joy. It's very easy to get down when things don't appear to be happening and you don't appear to be moving forward, especially if you had goals, hopes and dreams, and it just feels like a really impossible uphill struggle sometimes. And some people are feeling like that at the moment. Focus on baby steps. Sometimes we focus on the main end goal, don't we? And it is so far off and it feels so far away and it feels so impossible that we need to pull back to ourselves. What's the next baby step I can take to move myself towards this goal? Keep your hopes and dreams alive and keep taking baby steps and look after yourself. There we are then.